right. Hey, Chipola Nation. We are here with Coach Jeff Johnson of the Chipola Indians. How you doing, Coach?
Doing well, Brian. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good to see you. Man, it is January. It's freezing cold, but it is time for baseball.
You know what it is? It's been beautiful. Practice times for the first couple of weeks of getting out and practicing, and I told some guys in the community. I said, it'll get freezing cold by the time baseball season
Yeah.
starts. So we open up Saturday, and the cold's here. So
Yeah,
it's
it
been
is.
good for a few days.
But, Coach, probably one of the biggest weekends of the year in Chipola athletics. We start out Friday night. You're having a get together for some Chipola alumni baseball players that are returning.
Yeah, we are, and we kind of changed it this year. We've been having a banquet, and we just wanted this year, I think, to be more intimate to our guys, and they've kind of acted as that's what they wanted. So we're gonna do a thing for our alumni on Friday night. We're gonna start about 6 o'clock. Anybody that's interested can call the college, and we'll let them know where everything
Okay.
is, and call Terrence Conley, and I think it's on
Yeah,
social
it's-
media.
it's on
There's
here, yeah.
a phone number there as well.
2332, 718-2332.
Yeah, and then get ready for Saturday and open up the season with Wallace Dothan.
Right. So Saturday, January 25th, we just talked to the softball team, and they're having an alumni softball game at 10 a.m. You kick off your season at noon with a game with Wallace Dothan.
We do, and we had that on schedule for Sunday, and we ended up moving it to Saturday just to make Saturday a bigger event for us, and hopefully get some people to the field, and also having our basketball game and homecoming basketball game as well. Everything kind of coincide with that.
Right. And Coach, at 2:30, we're having a big event to name the field Jeff Johnson Field. Man, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean it's a humbling honor, and to look up on that scoreboard and and see your name, your name on the field at Chipola College is something that old guy from Liberty County back in the day probably couldn't imagine.
Yeah,
So we're excited.
And
about it.
Coach, growing up here, Chipola baseball was all Ski Dungan, and Ski, man, he's a fantastic guy. He has had an incredible career. You've coached here probably longer than Ski did.
Well, I've been here 23 and a half years
Yeah,
at
so-
Chipola, so it's been a long run,
Right.
And I don't know exactly how long Coach Dungan was here, but I don't think it was quite that long.
It wasn't quite that long.
But we've had some fabulous things happen
Yeah.
to us, family and the team and the college itself during those times, and couldn't be more proud.
Right, 3 national championships.
Yep, 3 national championships. I think we've won 6 state championships, and I think it's 13 conference
Right.
championships.
So
this year.
yeah,
So it's been a pretty good run.
Not bad. And we don't want to forget the other coaches who have been here. Who is the coach from the '60s that has been to the banquet?
Coach Duncan.
Duncan, not
Coach-
Dungan.
not
We've got a
Coach-
Dungan
Coach-
and a Duncan.
Coach Duncan, and then you had Bobby Pierce and then Dale Hughes before
Right.
me. So, I think we probably only had about 6 coaches in the history of
Which is
Chipola,
amazing. I mean, Chipola's
which
been
is
here
amazing.
for 72 years.
Which is amazing. And going back to that, I'm gonna get some credit here, but it's been a lot of great assistant coaches and some great baseball players have made all
Yeah.
this, and great administrators as well. Who've given us the resources to be successful as well, and it takes a whole team for somebody to get some recognition like I'm about to
Right.
receive.
And Coach, we're so proud of you and for you. Is your family going to be able to make it in here?
My mom was excited. She, matter of fact, she was getting ready this past Saturday. She thought,
She thought it was last Saturday.
Last Saturday, she called me. I got her a new phone,
Uh-huh.
and she called me. So hopefully, she and my sister are going to be here, and,
Okay.
and then Nancy and Shelby will be here. And I've heard from a few of my former teammates at
Uh-huh.
college, and a lot of our former players. So hopefully we'll have a good crew. It'd be nice to see everyone.
That's great. And then always for the alumni weekend, we have a home run derby. And it's interesting. We've got professional baseball players who come, and sometimes they win, but we've got people like Charlie Dees and who's the guy from Chipley that played at Florida State?
Blake
Balcom. They can still
Richie Smith.
I mean, they can still mash.
They can. Charlie and Blake and Richie, all of them still play softball and play at a high level. So, they still used to swinging the bat. They're all getting a little fatter now. And
Yeah.
Except for Richie, I think he's into the kickboxing stuff.
Yeah.
So he's in pretty good
Yeah,
shape.
he's
in
pretty
pretty good
tough. I
shape
wouldn't wanna
right
fight
now.
him.
So be careful with him
Yeah.
if you see him anywhere. But no, it'll be a good group. Isaiah Gilliam's coming back. And he's a 2-time defending champion as well. We didn't get to have it last year because of the rain.
Because of the rain, right.
It rained it out. So hopefully we'll have Jeff will be here. I think Jose Bautista's coming in. Jeff Mathis, I believe, is coming in as well. So, hopefully we'll have a good crew.
Yeah, that's great. And then, so we're gonna at noon we got Wallace Dothan. At 2:30 we're gonna name the field the Jeff Johnson Field. And then before the home run derby, we're having a state championship ring ceremony.
Yeah, we're gonna recognize our state championships. It's a three-peat for those guys, and recognize the ones that are able to come back. I don't know how many that are playing at the Division I or 4-year level that'll be able to come back.
Right.
But hopefully we'll get some other guys that played for signed professionally, and then our guys that are returning from this past year.
Yeah, because the hope in this program is to move people on to the next level, and so many of them are playing at Division I colleges.
They are. We've only got, I think, 7 guys returning off last year's team. So it's a pretty new team for us again this year.
Right. Well, Coach, how are things going as far as your new team that you're playing with this year?
It seems to always be new now, and it seems like when you start competing on a national level and you have good players, you lose players every year. And last year we lost some guys to the draft. We lost some guys to some Division I programs, and a couple kids that transferred. So, I'm excited about our starting point. We picked up a couple of arms. We felt like we were a little thin on the mound coming out of the fall. We picked up a couple of arms in January, which are going to really help us. And position player-wise, we just got to make the mental and physical, fundamentally make the strides you got to make to be successful.
Right.
And then, then your leadership and all the other intangibles. When you get hit in the jaw that first time, how you respond, and everything else that goes into it. Every team's got their own dynamics that determine whether you win or lose.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes when it gets a little tough on us and as the season progresses.
Yeah. Okay. So then after the home run derby, and then we move over to the other outfit here that's named after a Johnson, the Milt Johnson Health Center, and tell us about what all's going on there.
We have our women's basketball game. It's homecoming. We have our women's basketball game at 5:30. Coach Franklin and his group, they're ranked number 1 in the country right now. Had a huge
knocked off Gulf Coast.
A huge win against Gulf Coast last Thursday night, and I think we're at Northwest Florida tonight, and then got Tallahassee in here on Saturday, and so they're number 1, I think, in the country, and number 1 in the state as well. And Greg's done a great job, him and his staff, of developing their team this time, and they've made a lot of strides as the year goes on, and but it's there's 3 really good teams in our conference, so it's still gonna be a battle to finish it up and get out of that. And then at 7:30, 8 o'clock, as soon as the women's game's over with, our men will play, and they need to get back on the right foot and get themselves going again.
Right, they're struggling a little bit due to a major injury. We lost our starting point guard.
Yeah, we did. We're 1-3. We lost our starting point guard, and he was rated the number 1 point guard in the country. But we've got to get through that, and we've got to figure out a way to win.
Yeah,
win
and we can still make second place, and we can still make the state tournament.
No doubt. There's 3 teams at 3-1. We're at 1-3, and Northwest is 0-4. So we need to have a good second round. These next 4 games, we need to have a really good round, put ourselves back in position. To do well in the final round.
Yes. So the Milt will be rocking Saturday night, and come out and see the number 1 women's team in the state and the nation, and see a fantastic men's basketball team.
No question. And we normally have a great crowd that night, and hopefully a lot of our baseball guys are going to hang around and go as well, and fill the health center up.
Right. And then are y'all getting together again after the?
Yeah, we'll have another thing for our alumni. It's Saturday night after it's over with. We allow them all to go to the basketball game. Then we'll have another little gathering of alumni after that on Saturday night.
All right. And again, if there are any baseball players who played at Chipola before, call 718-2332. And what's your assistant coach's name?
Terrence Conley.
Terrence Conley. Where's he from?
Terrence from Long Island, New York.
Hot dog, man. He is a serious Yankee down here in the.
Well, he's a red man.
Is he?
Island.
Yeah. Okay. He's a great guy.
Country. He played ball in North Carolina. So
okay.
He's kind of been broken in.
All right.
Well,
call Terrence and get some information about the Baseball Alumni Weekend. But again, a big weekend in sports, and we are so tickled about the field being named the Jeff Johnson Field. So come out and see that on Saturday, January 25th.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Uh-huh.